Ah, welcome back to another uh discussion. Welcome back to another lecture. Welcome back. Just in general, thank you for uh spending the time to sit down and listen to me talk. That's like kind of I'm so accepting that people are okay with that. I really appreciate that though. So and I have a lot of things. I have a lot of things of great things to talk about. Obviously, we're gonna hit like three ideas. That's like around 20 minutes just with my fucking rambling. But excuse my language. Anyways, um, wondering how you guys doing? I've been okay. I've been uh working on like just writing, just writing, making music. Art, working on my mental, trying to rest, trying to understand myself, trying to live a life of fulfillment, trying to get after that. So that's what I'm currently at the moment. If you want like another type of like video or another channel, like a sub channel, like a second channel where I like talk more about like me and like my own personal and stuff, definitely let me know. But like as of right now, this is definitely just I'm gonna be talking about the ideas that I write down. We're gonna discuss it on it a little bit, and then we're just gonna have a good fucking time. So, so first off with the idea number 20. Here we go. So hold on, let me set this up so I can. Okay, all right. So here we go. Sorry, I'm like I'm having to move all this stuff. Hold on. Keyboard. Don't want it to stop the recording. Also, I'm not cutting this out because I want it to be super authentic and real. So yeah, alright. And I'm kind of lazy, but that's authentic, right? So, okay, here we go. Idea 20. In the midst of it all, here I am sitting out upon my chair in the early afternoon, racing against the clock to write down the little understanding that I have on left. For what you read are simply my thoughts and source working together to create this. I enjoy it honestly for some of the content that I write. It surprises me. For some of the things that I say, I would want to quote myself, but who quotes themselves? It's all feeling. For our eyes shows us the illusion of how we live. We operate on our gut intuitions or how we feel and think rather than what we see. I can see the most attractive woman, even feel the lust and temptations, yet I choose not to act due to greater and wiser thinking in this scenario. So therefore, what we see is one a great sense to use for survival, but I feel that people that go blind over time develops this superhuman sixth sense that surpasses sight. Daredevil, for example, or even Spider-Man's Spidey sense. What's so cool about those powers, I should say, is that truly we all have those. It's our intuition, it's our inner knowings, it's our inner feelings. We just ignore them all the time. We have shitty relationships with our intuition. It's not our fault though. We learned, especially men, to use our mind, thinking, logic, and facts over everything. Disregard delusion and only live off of what you know. Be afraid of the unknown. But I disagree. For those to truly know what we are capable of, we have to stare into the abyss. And yes, nature warns this, but I think that if a man is willing to lose his mind to achieve his whole self, then he deep down is authentically crazy. That's okay, for that is himself, and is himself, and can no longer deny it. I've been staring into my own abyss where I realize that our sight is pointless, but you can feel the insanity that thrives within you. We're all crazy, just accept that, because we all have a consciousness. Some of us just have a way better grasp on it than others. We all one day could snap and go into a deep spiritual and mental psychosis, but that's only if you do not get to know your devils and stare into that abyss of yours. We beg for our demons to leave us, but without our devils, we can't have our angels. Therefore, love them both, for they are yours and yours alone. They are you. and you alone. Remember, your fears protect your peace. So sit in the darkness and meditate within it. Feel the fear within your chest and the paranoia within your head. Listen to what your demons have to say, but make sure that they listen back to what you have to say, for they are your slaves, or you will be theirs. It's up to you, my friends. One day, life will test your sanity, and to the ones that break, we will like to call it a midlife crisis. I just got done reading that, and I'm looking at 101 right now. So, yeah, okay. So, that I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Please, like, understand, like, what's going on within your own consciousness. What did Carl Jung say? If whatever is unconscious, whatever you don't make unconscious conscious, it will rule your life, and you will call it fate. It's along those lines. I can't believe I remember that. But and that's the simple truth. That's why there's so many adult children that are running around this world right now. And there's adult children in governments. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna say that shit right now. There's adult children in governments. There's an adult child in office. Like, it's just, that's the point. That's the whole thing. You can't fight me on that, because none of us likes to discuss our fucking philosophy. So you can't fight me on telling me that, like, that there isn't just walking adults that are walking child, like walking kid adults that are just invading. It's becoming an invasive species, invading not just America, but the world alone. And most importantly, and the scary thing about it, is that those very same children are wanting to lead the world. So welcome to this fucking circus. Welcome to the playground. And this is why has became that way. It's our philosophy. It's our psychology. It's us not wanting to understand philosophy and psychology. It's us not wanting to talk about the hard things. It's us not wanting to just, like, accept the bitter ends of life, and decide to look at it in a different point of view. There are people out there that are okay with making hard decisions, and that's beautiful and that's lovely, and some people have the heart and courage for that, and some others don't, and we need those people that do and don't. Therefore, we have that balance. Therefore, we have idiots and smart people, because we have that balance. Therefore, you have people like me that are both an idiot and a smart person at the different times and different scenarios. That's just called intelligence. Intelligence isn't a general base on one person that is just super smart in all areas. No, intelligence is subjective. It has different forms of intelligence. You could say that I am super intelligent because of my knowledge in art and music. And like, let's say you put me and Einstein, literally Einstein, in a music theory class, and just because I would score better than him in a music theory class than he would, doesn't mean that, like, I'm more intelligent than him. Because if you put me in a fucking math room with him or a science room with him, I'm getting blown out the water. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. So, like, the intelligence is subjective. I feel heavily like I'm gonna die on that hill. Intelligence is subjective. That's why schools don't work that well. That's why we have people killing themselves because they don't feel like they're smart enough. And that's why we have adults yelling at me because I don't have the ingredients or the items that they want for their meal. That's why we have kids or adults commenting and being contradicting and being a walking like they just don't know what the fuck they want, or therefore they don't know exactly what it is and they yell out the wrong things. And I could be that person right now, but I'm stupid enough to say that I could be that person, just as like Socrates says that I am not smart, but what made him the smartest person is that he knows nothing at all. I'm right there with you. I know fucking nothing at all. Everything that I'm like talking to you about and everything else, it's just straight theories. It's just straight mind consciousness. Just like I said I feel like in another video, that ideas and consciousness is not tangible, so therefore it's not in a material sense. Therefore, everything that I like say and speak and how I feel, it's really just like an honest theory. It's nothing like super hard on factual. So yeah, I'm so sorry. I just like zoned out for a second there. But yeah, like I just, yeah, no. I don't even want to apologize. I feel like there had to be a moment of silence there. But yeah. So that's where I'm at on there on that with that one. And I guess we can move on to the next to the next idea. So my next idea, mind you, it's I tried to find it, but it was deleted on the area that I usually write it. But luckily, thanks to where I post, this is not a shout out, this is not sponsorship or anything, this is just me letting you know I do write my own I do post my own writings on a blog app called Medium, or article app called Medium. I'm sure you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, it's a web, like an app. Mind you, like I said, I'm not sponsored. It's an app where people can write their own blogs, ideas, articles, and even get paid doing it. I have my stuff free because I just want to get the ideas out. I don't want to have a paywall over my thoughts, over my art anymore. So, you know, if you want to get to those, I always post these, like the ideas to these videos day of. So if you want to get to these faster, they're on Medium. It's Gray, Grxy. Very like say like it's, you know, that's me. I'll definitely post my username in the description below, but definitely check it out. It's a website and an app, so that's where I post my stuff. If there's also a different place that you guys would like, if it would be easier for me to like post my writings or post like the links to the mediums or like screenshots of the mediums or articles, please let me know. I want to do like a Discord eventually, and I want to do eventually a Reddit. That would be cool, like just a community thing. That would be easier for all of us to discuss and to be able to be communicative and, you know, enjoy each other instead of like having things be separated. So, but anyways, I think what idea, this is 20 what was it, 21? Yeah, so idea 21, and this one is a dark one. This one is like not dark, but this one is a little bit more of a vulnerable, more of a sensitive one. This is a lot more of like how I feel on the inside, and ways what I'm asking for is self-reflection whenever you listen to me read this up. So let me take a sip of this water. Okay. To say that I've been okay, I would be lying. But to say that I've been walking, that I'm still walking, that I can't be. In all honesty, I'm scared, I'm lost, but I have faith. I have faith within myself to make sense. I have faith within myself to understand my own life. I have faith within myself to lead my own life and to let go of the forces that I can't control. I have faith within me to open myself up to the changes and new opportunities so that I may grow, so that I may understand my butterfly instead of trying to pimp it. I feel like I'm coasting, just coasting. But I feel that the ocean will lead me to my island. For my island has its own special fruits and berries, its own special plants and sceneries. If I deeply want to drift to my own island, sailing away, why do I get so sad once I realize that I don't simply fit in with any other islands? I set myself on this journey plot myself in the middle of the ocean and learn to trust God and the divine, or whatever like your own personal spiritual beliefs are. And even so, I still weep, for even Christ has suffered to fulfill his life purpose. What makes me think I won't? I feel I have no energy to keep walking, but all that energy that I did have was used up to work on my inner self, to heal and think. But I found myself in this rat race, for I no longer chased my dreams, but yet I was still confused on who I was. My ego was still throwing ideas at me of who I should be or need to be. I think therefore I am, but I am not my thoughts. That's a lesson that I have forgotten being lost within my own self, within my own mind. I have yet to let go of the desire to know all in the mysteries of life, But yet I understand that for life to be mystical and mysterious, I have to accept not knowing. I have to accept the unknown for its magic. It would no longer be magic if I knew it all. Instead, I would be stagnant, for I have taken the joyous wonders from myself and gave it poison. The poison of too much knowledge. For me to be able to still have my childlike wonder, I have to have the ability to think for myself creatively, which means I can't have a constant source of info dumping into my brain. There would be no room left for creativity. But most importantly, I feel like I need rest. Rest from who I thought I was, and let go of the negative beliefs that came along with him. I abused cannabis, just calling it out. I'm willing to admit that and let that go. I know my path is a path that has not been walked, so I will let go of the thought that there could be a definite way to my success as a person. This story is mine and mine alone. How could I know where to go if I'm actively creating it day by day? I want mental clarity, physical clarity. I want peace to tackle my fears. I want change, and yet I do the same things every day. I truly have all the resources that I need to act, yet I hesitate. Why? Is it fear? Or is it laziness? Are you afraid of your own path because of how unknown it is? You can look at anybody else's success story. It's comforting because you know where the ups and downs are at in that person's story and in that present situation, because guess what? They didn't know. Think about it. They did not know while they were undergoing their path. I'm also sorry for the background noise. There's construction going on where I'm at. Neither did Christ know that he was going to be alone, completely alone, while he was hung on Christ, on the cross. Sorry. When he was sacrificed. Yet just like him and any other person you look up to, they walked their paths. I can't be a coward to walk my own path. If I feel the pull to reach higher, I must reach, for ignorance is killing me slowly. I will do whatever feels right to me, and to do the right even when it's hard. I will no longer suffocate myself with knowledge and instead enjoy the wonders of life as I grow. Knowledge is just a stepping stone, for wisdom is living. I accept that I am tired and that it is okay to rest, for resting is part of the journey. And most importantly, it's okay to cry. Even the clouds come together every now and then to release the pain that they've held on to. And that's just, for that one, that's just me being completely vulnerable and honest. For that one, that's me being, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. If there's any additional thoughts to that. I would like to say that I'm proud to be able to be vulnerable enough to be able to admit, my faults and ways that I can improve on them. I'd like to say that I'm proud to be able to make the decision to keep walking, to keep moving forward. And I understand that at times when you're doing something when you're doing something every day, and you're just not sure if things are working out or anything like that. Trust me, I understand how that feels. Like without this symbolism of like Christ or not, anybody that you look up to. Take Spider-Man, for example. Spider-Man is like my superhero. That's just, you know what I mean. That's been my guy since I was a kid. So like, at the moments where he was the most vulnerable, the weakest, where things were all scary, he was truly alone, where he needed help the most. And I feel like that in itself is a experience that everybody, not saying it's a pleasant experience, but I feel that everybody eventually will, or at least should, get to know how that must feel like, because we crave community, we hate loneliness so much, not because of our genetic code to where loneliness meant death. You know what I mean? If you weren't with the pack, that means, you know, you're more likely to die. But now, instead of it being a physical and what's it, survival need, it's a mental and psychological need. It's a philosophical need. It's an emotional need. And everybody says it, everybody praises it, everybody, not praises it, but everybody, you know, calls it out. Everybody is becoming a lot more distant throughout the years. And that's completely okay. For if I was always in a state of having to be around people, then I would not have been able to excuse me, I would not have been able to even be able to sit here and talk to you guys, to understand my own thoughts, to accept myself and in my own thoughts, and to be able to have the desire to reconnect. I think that's the most important part about it, is the desire to reconnect to humanity. Ooh, that just gave me chills. Yo, the desire to reconnect to humanity. Wow. Oh man, that's so powerful. I don't know why that is, but that quote, that mantra, the desire to reconnect to humanity. Yo, I don't know. I just want to end end the video. Just cut it off right there. Just no, but yeah, that's just my additional thought to that. The desire to reconnect to humanity. I think that shit is beautiful, and just as much as it is like for us to be alone is beautiful. So when you I guess like when you have, yo, hold on, that feeling that we get, that loneliness that we crave, or that loneliness not crave, but that comfort that we crave, the loneliness that we deal with, it's just another representation of or another like form of ways to get back into our own humanity. You know, like, why do you think politics are so like high vibrations? Why do you think concerts and what is it, the Rolling Loud, like, why do you think those events and stuff like that is so empowering? So the collective, everything about it, you know, it's so moving, it's so everywhere. It's the desire truly to connect back to humanity. We all have that. We all have that desire to connect back to humanity, and even if it's through nature, not even if it's through. It's both. It's through nature and humanity. It's nature and humans. therefore nature is part of our humanity. So I guess, yeah, that is my final thoughts on that. Loneliness, whenever I guess you feel lonely, you recognize it not as you being alone, but your desire to reconnect to humanity, to nature, and to yourself. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the desire to reconnect to humanity. That's cool. And then for the final blog, for the final article, for the final idea today, this will be idea 22. And it goes in quote, or here we go. There is beauty in repetition. There is beauty in suffering. There is beauty in darkness. Mushrooms can grow in the darkest parts of our closet along where our skeletons hide. Yet those shrooms can give us a whole new perspective, even bringing death to our ego. Has anyone ever tried killing their ego on their own? Have you ever wanted to strip yourself from yourself? Or does that seem too uncomfortable? The idea does seem uncomfortable, I can't lie. I'm currently 21, turning 22 in less than a month actually. I should be living my life in ego, but I can't help but follow my nature to be the hermit that I am. I want to say that I'm blessed to live a life of abundance in all forms. I have 4 cats, a fiance, and an apartment, a job that pays rent, and a mind and soul that is willing to improve itself. I have a job that pays the bills while also giving me the time to build up my own future. Instead of just living to live though, I yearn for a greater purpose, just like you. I wake up and decide to listen to those inner pulls, and I know is my deepest desires. Am I tired on that behalf? Sure, but everyone has to walk their 40 days and 40 nights. Matter of fact, at the beginning of the year, I asked for it, and there it is. I ended up picking back up writing and drawing. I've changed so much just this year alone, and now at the final stretch, I sit here and ask myself, what is it that I have truly learned and gained here? Have I truly and utterly destroyed my own ego? I want to say yes and no. I have done it in my own way, in my own self, to my own self, but I for sure needed help from a higher power to do so. Just as now, from all the inner and outer work, I drag my feet along my path with the help of my Father and my guides around me. The biggest gift I received was awareness, insight to my greatest gifts and flaws, and the beauty of it was I was offered a choice to stay asleep to my inner knowings or to wake up to them. I chose to wake up, just like every other day. I always, ever since a kid, enjoyed the discomfort, the harder paths, the ones where you have tears of anger, pain, and passion in your eyes, the paths where you become a monster through the process but come out as a butterfly. Being content in the womb has never been enough for me, and depending on how you see it, it's a gift nor a curse. Regardless, it's gotten me here to speak to you, to speak to me. There has been great writings I've read and blogs that I've posted that has inspired me, turned cogs and got this passion machine going. Today I see the healing that I'm able to give through my art, no matter the art style. That's what is fulfilling to me, honestly, is my ability to heal and help others. It's my ability to heal and help others through my art. It could be music, drawing, or words. I believe a thinker is an artist and an artist is a thinker. A philosopher has to paint pictures creatively to find ways to explain complicated topics to not only to themselves, but the minds around them. Think about parables, for example. That's a story that had to be created to explain an idea or to deliver a message or a meaning. And it's a story, and a philosopher or thinker had to think that, therefore they're an artist. We both see the world through, where was it? A philosopher, has to paint pictures creatively, find ways to explain, We both see the world through perspectives and lenses that could be turned on and off, and that is an art style. Therefore, Plato is as great of an artist as Picasso, just as Picasso is as great of a philosopher as Plato. Therefore, you are as great or even greater of a thinker or an artist as I am. And as an artist, I would love to see how you see the world. And that's the end of that idea. That's what I got for today. And for additional thoughts onto that, let me see how you paint the world. Let me see how you see life, living, loving, laughing. Like, let me see how you, like, I want to see how you see the world, because those different perspectives, those different types of those different types of perspective generates different ideas, and different ideas leads to different outcomes, and different outcomes lead to inner knowings, and that can lead to different theories and new theories and everything. Like, I don't think people understand history, humanity's history compared to the world's history is so fucking short. And we're honestly just like beginnings. We're like if I like to explain it, like where we're at, we're like children. We're like curious children as a generation in the time of, like, in the metric of time and space compared to humanity, how it's been. So from like Neanderthals, like the first humans, they were like the babies, okay? And then you got like all the way up to I don't know, like the times or whatever, like the titles or whatever, but 15, 16, 1700s, that's like adolescent kids, like fucking around and making mistakes and thinking that, like going through, like learning through everything and going through everything and without like real guidance. And now we're at that age now where our creativity and inner knowings is at all-time high. That's where we have like technology and all that shit that's being made. So we're like at a peak of like kid, you know what I mean? Like seeing the ages of like 8 and 12, I want to say. We're like at that stage in humanity's lifetime, mind you, I'm speaking. And so that means that we have so much, we're still so young, we're still so fresh to consciousness as it is, we're still so fresh to all the mysteries in life as it is. We're still so young and still so fresh to everything, but yet we're still trying to push to an even further objective, like going to different planets instead of trying to protect and defend and take care of the one that we have now that gave us the life that we have. So imagine like you giving birth to a child, and that child decides to go off to another place and be like, yeah, that's my actual mother, or like that's actually me. That's kind of like essentially what we're doing. Sorry, I took some water. So yeah, just like think about that. Think about the fact that we're not really that far out. We're not even like, as of today, as of 2024, World War II it's not even 100 years old yet. You know what I mean? A lot of events that's been going on, we are still essentially recovering from since the First World War. And we're in that day and age now. At least I'm in that day and age now. No wonder. I have no idea who's going to be listening, speaking in fucking years later. You know what I mean? Like, this could be somebody watching this in like 2,500. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, so. And if someone is like listening to this in like 2,500, then like, I would hope you guys aren't still playing child in between 8 and 12 years old. I hope you guys became or started or at least grew to that age of like at least 14, 15, or yeah, 15 if it's 2,500, like 15 at least, you know what I mean? And starting to get in that teenage, we're starting to actually create solid foundations on understanding of reality and the mysteries of reality and the consciousness alone in itself, and for it to be actually tangible. That would be cool. I won't be alive to see that, but that would be cool. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you guys are having a good day, good week, Even if you aren't having a good day, good week, what are the trials that life is presenting you, and what are ways that you can actually grow from them? What are the lessons that you can actually learn from them? What are different ways that you can look and see this opportunity? What are different ways that you could change your perspective on it? And most importantly, what weakness can you build, or what new trait, skill set you can build in this time? Because it's either one, you'll never get this opportunity again, and you miss out on the lessons and suffer from the consequences of not learning those lessons, or the opportunity arises again, right? So the same like problem or whatever scenario happens again, but you already know how to handle it, so it doesn't become a burden, and therefore you're able to, one, realize like, oh fuck that, this is not for me. I'm gonna get out of here. And two, you also understand you're able to silence it. You're able to kill it right then and there. You know what I mean? It's like being aware of your thoughts. It's when you know you know what people say, spiritual people say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It goes on, not even just on spiritual shit, just natural everyday shit. Your thoughts, whatever thoughts don't resonate, throw them out, ignore them, don't give them any attention, and do not give anything more value than it actually has. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say. I'll see you guys next time, whenever that will be. Most definitely soon. I know in about 3 other days. So yeah, make sure you drink water, take care of yourself, love, stay outside, get some sunlight, and I'll see you guys at another time. Ciao.